I'm going to show you how I painted this Python minifigure. First, I primed it with a light gray spray paint. Then, to visualize the shadows on it, I used a flashlight with a spot beam to cast dark shadows onto the minifig. I used some dark gray paint and painted over the shadows to record where they were. I painted fleshy pink deep inside the mouth first. Because the model doesn't have a base, I had to paint the entire bottom first, then move over to the top. I mixed a dark green with yellow and white to get a light green with a yellow tinge for the belly scales of the snake. In one place on the neck, I added a drop of black to the paint to make a slightly darker area in the shadow. For the rest of the scales, I used a holiday green color, first painting the bottom before drying it with a hairdryer so I could paint the top of the model. Just like I did with the belly scales, I added a drop of black to the paint when painting the shadowed areas in the model. In this photo, the darker green shade for the shadows is clearly visible on the near side of the neck and in the shadow of the tail. I used watered down yellow paint to stain the bottom and belly scales of the snake, overlapping with the smaller top scales at the edges, which helped to blend together the two different colors where the two types of scale pattern meet. For the top scales, I mixed up a violet wash, which gives the green scales an interesting color tint and also fills in shadows between each of the tiny scales. To accent the top of the scales, I dry brushed a bright yellow color over the entire snake, focusing extra paint on the areas that were not shadowed. I'm quite happy with how the combination of green for the scales with a violet wash and bright yellow dry brushed highlights came out. It was a quick and easy way to paint the body. I added a burgundy wash to the pink inside of the mouth. Now we're getting down to the detail work on the face. I used black to create the shadows in the nose and eye sockets. I also mixed up some dark red wash and put it in a few of the deepest parts of the mouth. I used turquoise for the eyes with a black vertical line for the pupil. The fangs got covered in antique white, and after a little touch-up around the mouth and eyes, the model was ready for a gloss clear coat to protect the acrylic and to give it a little shine.